Hey, what's up, guys? So, today I'm just going to be talking about how do you scrape Google Maps to build really good lead lists for your prospecting campaigns or your outbound campaigns. So, yeah, let's just dive. So, there's a bunch of different ways to scrape Google Maps and build your targeted lead list from there. And depending upon what your exact use case is, what type of companies you're looking for, how complex of a process you'd want, and all that stuff, you can go ahead and pick one of those, right? But I'm just going to show you four main methods that I particularly use to scrape good lists from Google Maps, and let me just walk you through them. So let's just get with method number one. If you're a complete beginner and you want to spend no money in scraping thousands of really good lead lists from Google Maps, this is the method to go, right? Let's say if you want to scrape a list of gyms in the New York City, just hit that on Google. Scroll a little until you find these Google My Businesses profiles and just hit this button saying more businesses, right? And before we proceed to the next step, there's an extension you want to install from the Chrome extension page called Instant Data Scraper. And just so you know, any softwares or any tools that I mentioned in the video, I'm not associated with any of those. I just talk about them because I love them so much. And yeah, that's pretty much it, right? But Instant Data Scraper is pretty much an extension that lets you scrape anything that's on the web. So yeah, it's completely free. Just use that and you're good to go, right? So here's a list of all the gyms in the New York City, which is like huge because, of course, this is a completely free method. People like genuinely searching for gyms, and all these gyms really want to come up on Google My Businesses because that's where they get all the businesses from. So it's just funny, and the best way to scrape any company is just scrape it from the original source where they market themselves. So yeah, these gyms really don't have like a LinkedIn profile or any other social presence, so let's just scrape them from Google Maps, right? So you can either scrape manually, but that's boring. We just go to Instant Data Scraper, and I just wish you can see that. So look at this yellow box surrounding this column. It just means that Instant Data Scraper is ready to scrape this column. And if you just quickly look at all the fields that Instant Data Scraper is giving us, it's pretty crazy. So a bunch of fields, but let's just look at things that we care. This is like the name of the gym. This is like the type of company it is, because sometimes fitness centers or yoga studios or similar companies will pop up as well, and just want to filter if that's the exact sort of company you want to be reaching out to. But this is the phone number of that gym, which is the craziest thing ever. And here you also get their website. So yeah, again, pretty crazy stuff. But if you just want to scrape all these gyms, I'll just do this minimum delay to 3 seconds, because sometimes it takes some seconds to just load. And then just go to locate next button, scroll all the way till the very end, hit this button that says next, and then just go back to Instant Data Scraper, and then just start crawling and relax. Instant Data Scraper will automatically just keep on scraping all these pages till the very end of the search result. And you just have this data and you walk around with this data, right? And the best part about it is that it's unlimited and it's free. So right now our search query is gyms in the New York City. Let's say you want for some other city, you just be like gyms in New Jersey or gyms in city name or whatever, right? And you just keep on scraping that through Instant Data Scraper. And yeah, you just walk away with this really powerful lead list for free. It just keeps on scraping all the way till it goes to the very end. This is like 197 pages, which is like 197 multiplied by, I don't know, 20 or something, which is like already a couple thousand gyms in New York City. Best part, it's free. So I'm just going to stop crawling for now because it just keeps on scraping. But anyways, these are all the bunch of fields that you really get from this. And you can just hit download on CSV, Excel file, or whatever. So let's talk about method number two. It's called D7 Lead Finder, and this is how it looks like. So if let's say you want to scrape restaurants in California City, you just go to lead search here, search for restaurants here from a bunch of different categories they have. Just go to city and type in California City, and you just click get leads. That's pretty much it, right? So it started to load and it just takes like a couple of minutes, like 2 or 3 maximum. Let me just skip this and I'll show you how it looks like. So the scraping process is done and we have a bunch of companies that we can really reach out to with all these great data points we have. company name, phone numbers, email address if found, and it finds for most of these companies. Website, LinkedIn URL if found, Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, Twitter, Google, whatever, right? But all we really care about is like company name, phone numbers, email address, and the website, usually, right? And I'd say this category feature is like super helpful because sometimes it'll just hallucinate and give a bunch of companies that aren't really related to what we search for. So, of course, you just want to download all of this. Just go to the categories once and make sure you're reaching out to the right companies. So, all I'll do is hit download CSV and again, just use it in my sequencer, right? So, yeah, that's method number two. Let's go to method number three, which is using Apify. Think of Apify as a directory or an aggregator of multiple tools that you can just rent out and use according to your usage. So in this case, we're just gonna search for Google Maps and we get this scraper called Google Maps Extractor. And this lets you scrape 1,000 leads at $6. Again, not associated with it at all, just promoting because I really love it, right? So all you'll do is just scroll down a little, search your search term in here, which is like restaurant in this case. Go to the location, say New York, for instance, and I'll just hit start, right? So it's starting to load already. If you just scroll down, you see all sorts of information about these companies, which is like company name, websites, what type of company is it, the location. And if you just go to all fields, then you see a bunch more of information that you'd expect to see for these particular companies, right? So yeah, again, super helpful. And this lets you be like really customizable. This gives you control of the companies you want to be scraping and everything you want to know about these particular companies, right? So again, you need to be a little bit of technical if you're going to use this because you're going to download this file and then you import that to your lead enrichment tool or let's say clay.com, and in there you're doing a little bit of mapping around to find the first name, last name, and then map it to the domain, and then you find the email address that you're going to reach out to. But yeah, in most cases that'll work great. So step number four is essentially just automating what you did in step number one. So remember in step number one, you were like manually going through all those pages and then making requests and then scraping through instant data scraper. Step four is just like completely automating that at scale. So let's say if you want to scrape 50,000 contacts or something like 50,000 companies, all you'll do is you'll go to serper.dev, which is like a Google search API, and you'll plug that into clay.com. And in clay.com, you'll send a bunch of requests to particular Google Map URLs that you want to scrape. And then you'll use tools like Zenrose or Clay Agent, and then you scrape those information in your enrichment process. In most cases, all the three methods I just talked about will really help you scrape any amount of leads from Google Maps and you'll be good enough, right? But let's just say you really want to know how the method 4 works. Just comment down below and I'll record a part 2 of this video in terms of just breaking down this method number 4 and just going through all the technicalities of how do you pair a bunch of APIs in clear.com and just navigating through that, right? But until then, you should be all set. Keep scraping, keep sending those emails, and yeah, just let me know if you need anything else. I hope this video was helpful, and yeah, thank you so much. Have a really good day. See you guys.